another one of these tight topics. This is going to be on creating layers. It's going to be only about creating layers, not what you can do with them. Alright, just to start with, when I open up an image in Photoshop, it's going to come in as a background layer with a little lock on it. That lock limits what I can do with it, but that's not what this is about. This is a background layer. The first layer got created, if you will, by opening the image. The second way to create a layer is by going down below on the Layers panel and selecting the little box with a plus on it. Alright, that creates a blank layer. So if I click on that particular layer, it creates a blank layer. I know it's blank because of the hash marks in here. If I turn off the layer below that, you can see it's a blank layer. Alright, so I can create a blank layer to do different things with by doing that. If I do the same thing, let's get rid of that layer. I can do this by dragging it into the garbage can. If I do the same thing, but this time I'll click on the same button, but I'll hold down the Option key. When I do that, it brings up a little menu box here that I can do different things. For example, I can name the layer. Okay, I can create a clipping mask, which is something that is a different topic. I can give a color to this layer, so that if I want the layer to be that wouldn't be a fill, it'd be a color to the layer. You'll see when I finished. And I can select the blend mode ahead of time. Okay, for some reason, if I want this thing to be a screen mode, and then so I can do that. Okay, so I can hit. There it goes. It gave the color to the layer. It's still a blank layer, and it made it screen mode, and it called it test. Okay, so I did that by holding down the Option key and clicking there. So that's the second way. Both of those created blank layers. Okay, let's do it another way. I want to duplicate this layer. Okay, I can duplicate the layer either by selecting little menu bar up ahead and duplicate the layer here, or I can go up to this layer up here and duplicate layer here. If I click duplicate layer in either spot, it's going to ask me this. So what it did, like last time, it asked me the layer name, etc. I can give it a name here if I want to, and click OK. It just duplicated this layer. It's the same as the one below. If I click off on it, you won't see any difference. So that's one way of doing it. It would work the same way if I'd done it up here. Okay. Now there's a faster way of duplicating a layer. Let's get rid of that one. If I do the same thing, I click on the layer I want to duplicate, I hit Command or Control J, I've got a duplicate layer. That's just a real good shortcut to remember. Duplicate that layer. Okay. Now there's something interesting you can do here. Okay, Command J. If I make a selection on this particular layer, let's just say I'm on this layer here, and I use the Quick Selection tool. We'll talk about selections in another topic, and I just drag across the sky. Now I've got the sky selected. You can tell because of the marching ants around the border. Sky selected. If I do the same thing, which is duplicate layer or Command J, now it looks different, doesn't it? What the difference is it actually duplicated the layer, but it only duplicated what I had selected. Okay, so if I turn off what's below, you'll see that just the sky was selected. Okay, I mean the sky was created, and there's a reason you'd want to do that kind of thing. So now, so you can create another layer by doing Command J or duplicating the layer and selecting something first, and then it'll create a layer with just that selection on it. Okay. And finally, there's another way of creating a layer. Okay, if for example I wanted to edit that sky, or I wanted to edit the foreground, I can create a layer by clicking this adjustment icon here. The adjustments is that little circle with a half circle on it. So whatever layer I want to adjust, be it this one, this one, this one, or this one, I have to be on the layer first. So if I want to adjust this layer here, it'll create a layer just above that with called an adjustment layer. Okay. I'll pick the adjustment, say for example levels, and now it's going to create an adjustment layer for this levels layer here. And as I can make the adjustments here by making a change to it, and impact the layer just below it. So that's an adjustment layer. So the different layers were a blank layer, adjustment layers, and the original background layer. So hopefully this helps you.